Hi, my name is Yesenia Torres. I'm a C4, C5 incomplete. I reside in New York City. I've been working as an advocate for 2 years, helping the community go out and get involved and empower them to work with legislators and to work for our needs. I had a car accident 23 years ago. My dad, he would be so sad. He wasn't able, like, even to carry me. He would have everybody carry me. He didn't even want to touch me. Like, he thought that I was going to break or something. And usually in our conversations, he would be like, why are you always like smiling and you say everything is okay? Not everything is okay. How could you say that? You're in a wheelchair, you can't walk. And within time, it took him like maybe 10 years for him to actually do those things, like carry me, just feel what I was feeling. If I said that I was happy, he would, like smile and say, okay, I could understand that. And just seeing, not my struggle, because it's not seeing it as a bad thing. What we go through, it's just life. Everybody goes through things that we go through in many ways, and there's more limited people mentally than what we have as a limitation. I was always like a strong person, and I never took no for an answer before my accident. So if I didn't take no for an answer before, why should I take no for an answer now? Like now, even more, I'm not going to take no for an answer. I've gone through a lot of stuff, a lot of spiritual passages that put me into thinking a lot of how to value life, how to value people. I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in God, and I am, like I said, very spiritual. My top issue was relationships, having my boyfriend, keeping my boyfriend. How was I going to have sex or intimacy, all of that? And I said, oh my gosh, I'm just going to let him go because it's not fair for him. But no, let me tell you that it is possible to fall in love, to have a relationship, to be intimate and sexual and all of the above. You just have to begin with loving yourself, obviously, taking care of yourself, and that way, you're going to attract people. Something that I would always say is like, oh, I couldn't shake my booty anymore, Now I want people to see me for who I am, not for my physical. It's like you catch people and you get people to listen to you and talk to you and know you as a person, and they're going to love you and they're going to fall in love with you. When I went back to college, I was like so afraid. Like, how are they going to see me? Are they going to help me? Are they going to like me? Are they going to judge me? Like, it was so much in my mind that was going through before I said yes that I said, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. And I'll deal with the situation at the moment. In film school, I couldn't handle a camera. I couldn't do lighting. Like, physically, I couldn't do so many things. My fellow students didn't want me in their groups. So obviously I will go back home crying, and I'm like, oh my gosh, because I'm like this, they're not accepting me. What am I going to do? What I'm going to do? And then I would say, no, watch. I'm going to show them. I'm a director, so I would direct other people and use their hands. So things like this, it's possible. I mean, you have a brain, you're smart. Maybe you're not physical, but you could direct people in doing things. I went to study Bollywood cinema. That was in India, Chennai. First of all, they didn't want to take me. How are they going to deal with me? Maybe an accident, maybe I get sick. There were so many questions, but I just kept on, I'm going, and I'm going to have my sister with me. I went all the way out there, many hours. They usually use a lot of rickshaws, which is like those three-wheelers as taxi cabs. With my sister and the gentleman that was working for me, they would like put me like head first and then the hands, like half a body, like shove me in the rickshaw. And then in another rickshaw, they would send my wheelchair. We made it happen. I mean, it was a different way of doing things, but I was able to, from the beginning to the end, have my final product and do everything I wanted. When you do production, you gotta have A, B, C, and D plan. I always have a plan. If you want things to happen, get accustomed to scheduling things, because before I was used to doing this, oh my gosh, I would cry so much. because I'm in a wheelchair. That's why this is happening. And everything would stop there. But, I learned my lesson. Anything and everything, being in a wheelchair, you can make it happen. My biggest accomplishment right now is going to work by myself without my aid. It's called Brooklyn Center for Independence of the Disabled. The staff, everybody has a disability. It's hard for me to open doors, but then, you just ring the bell, you knock on the door, you hit it or something, pick up my photocopies or printing at the printing machine. It's an ordeal because I gotta position myself and throw myself and try to reach, and I use anything and everything I could hold on to, but I'm able to do that. I'm getting the experience and I'm working hard and things like that, but it's very different than working in a place where they're like, okay, you're going to be equal as everybody. It's not like, oh, because you're in a wheelchair now. So I think that would be the next step within time, but I'm looking forward. I'm also commuting on the train by myself. I was so scared because of the gaps and, people aren't that polite. There's people that they care, but you can count them like in one hand. Even, the doctors would say, oh, you're never gonna walk again. That's never been in my mind. This is my process. I could never say that it's not gonna happen. There's so many things out there. Just live your life. Go step by step and try to figure out ways on how to go about in doing whatever you want to. I used to love motorcycles before I got injured. In my country, well, my family's from Colombia. We were at a farm and there was like a four-wheeler and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love to get on it. So my girlfriend and a guy friend, they're like, you want to get on? They saw it in my face. One of my girlfriends was riding the bike and I had one of my guy friends in the back. But I did it. I got on it and I was so happy. You get people and your friends that they help you do things. So believe me, there's nothing I don't think that exists that you cannot do in a wheelchair. I've done so many things. I water ski, I snow ski, kayaking, scuba diving, soccer, hand cycling. Okay, I don't know. I've never done horse riding and I would love to get on a horse. Skydiving. Oh my gosh, it was so spiritual. For me, it was like I was in heaven, I swear I was in heaven. And just flying like an angel. I was telling my instructor, I don't want to go down, I don't want to go down. Okay, I'm not lying. The push was terrible. Just deciding to throw yourself, that was hard. I was almost about not to do it, but as soon as my instructor pushed me, I was loving it.